Welcome back to Focus Montreal. Well, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and one Montreal author and cancer survivor believes good information is the key to awareness. Dale Hollenbeck is the author of the ebook, The Silent Battle Within, A Patient's View of Colorectal Cancer. The idea behind the book, he says, is to assist those who do not have a good understanding of the disease. And joining me now, author Dale Hollenbeck, who is also a colorectal cancer survivor. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So when you were battling this disease, you felt like a book like this would have been helpful to you because...
Well, absolutely. What I ended up doing is that while I was going through treatment, I had a lot of questions. And although there is information out there, and although doctors are really cooperative in being able to sit down with you and discuss things, if you don't have a really clear understanding of what kind of questions you should be asking, it's quite difficult to make informed decisions, and decisions when you are in the throes of being treated for a disease are pressing. And so you don't have a lot of time. And so as I was going through my treatment, what I did was I dove into the information, the mountain of information on colorectal cancer, to try to get a firm grasp of my condition and where it was going. And I took notes, and as I was taking notes, at one point, I disclosed this to my case nurse, and she said, "Let me have a look." So I brought in the notes, and she said, "This is useful." And she said, "It could be useful to other people as well." And I thought, okay. She said, "Well, what about doing something like a book?" And I said, "I suppose I could do that."
Suddenly you became an ebook author.
So I started writing it, and I tried to polish it up so that I could get it ready, and I finished off the first draft. Before I ever finished off my treatment, I was done a first draft. And then as I was sitting having chemotherapy in room with other folks who were going through different types of cancer, and I would sit there and I'd listen, because you have time when you're going through chemotherapy to listen. It occurred to me that other people are making life-altering decisions, and they're doing it when they're flustered, and they're doing it without a lot of good information. And especially most folks are arriving for treatment of different cancers, and they don't necessarily have any foundation whatsoever in very basic things like science and biology.
So you've broadened it out from the colorectal cancer. On your website, you have books on various different cancers, and you've interviewed people who've suffered from those cancers on those books.
Yes, that's exactly what I've done. What I did was I used the first book on colorectal cancer and my experiences, and I structured it so that it is more in line with what you have to contend with as a patient, and I provided as much scope as I needed at the time. It's not to say that everybody needs the same amount of scope. It's not to say that everybody has the same kind of conditions. But I tried to cover all the bases for colorectal cancer, and then what I did was I took that as a platform, and then I went on and I wrote a book on the top incidence cancers. So started with lung cancer, went to breast cancer, and then prostate cancer, and right now I'm into other things.
All right, Dale, thank you so much. We're going to tell people where to go find your ebooks. You can get the book by logging on to www.knowinghelps.com. All the ebooks are on there. Thank you, Dale, and thank you for watching Focus Montreal. That's it for this week. Take care, everyone. Good night.